Oh man, so what kind of market are we in? I'm just traveling here in the north of England at the moment, but thought I'd stop by to just kind of give you my musing on what's going on, because it's been a really hard couple of months here in crypto, and sometimes it's just important to zoom out and just remind ourselves of what are we doing? Where are we at right now? Why is crypto struggling? And the first thing we need to cover off is what is going on, right? And we know that there's this battle of inflation. We know that we're coming off the back of, unprecedented years of money printing, right? Very inflationary period of time with fiat currency becoming more and more devalued every single day. Now, we know that the Fed, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the market to react, because they need valuations to tighten. They need the market, the financial conditions, to tighten. Now, if we go back a couple of months, the market wasn't having it. In essence, they weren't trusting that Jerome Powell would go ahead with such aggressive rate hikes. Now, Jerome Powell indeed has called their bluff, right? In essence, he's gone ahead and done that. And so by them seeing the 0.25% hike and then the 0.5% hike, and the market being told there's going to be more and more 0.5% hikes, and he's going to do it unhesitatingly, right? That has really set the market to say, hang on a second, we believe you, Jerome Powell. You've been sworn in as Fed chair again for another 4 years. Biden backs you. You're going to go ahead with this, aren't you? And that is why we're now seeing the S&P, we're seeing the NASDAQ really start to fall. That, along with poor earnings coming through as well, is really leading to blood in the markets. Now, what does this mean for crypto? Because if you talk to the average lay person today, crypto is getting smashed. That's what they would tell you. But do they ever think to say, hang on a second, Bitcoin is relatively flat today. It's been flat for a little while now, sitting at 30K. If anything, Bitcoin should be super low right now. Why? Because look at what's going on with companies like Snapchat. Super hit today in their stock price. Just because of Snapchat's earnings. Facebook down up 9%. Amazon, a huge company like Amazon, down 4%. So Bitcoin is more stable than these coins. What's going on, right? So it should get you thinking to say, hang on a second, Bitcoin is holding up pretty well. How about we change the narrative and say, hang on a second, in such a market where we've seen the Dow Jones, the S&P have 7 red weeks in a row, which we've not seen since 2001. 2001, over 20 years, 21 years, we've not seen the S&P have that many red weeks in a row. So then, isn't crypto holding relatively well? We need to change the narrative and say, hang on a second, crypto is doing pretty well. Now, I've covered this off before. Crypto has 2 types, it probably has more, but to keep things simple, there are 2 types of people holding Bitcoin right now. You've got the people that treat Bitcoin as a long-term inflation hedge. They're holding it for that reason. I fall into that category, right? I hold Bitcoin long-term. Any I accumulate, I'm trying to accumulate for a long period of time because I see it as a hedge against the status quo, against traditional finance, against the existing fiat system. But then you get others, institutions, corporates, investment funds, who simply treat it as a risk-on asset. They're treating it no different to how they treat Facebook. They're treating it no different to how they treat Snapchat or any other high-growth tech company. But what happens in this kind of market where Jerome Powell is coming out with his baseball bat and saying, hang on, get in line. Companies, the investors rotate to companies with proven earnings. Not where you're paying for future earnings, but who's actually got profitable. Right? That's what happens. We go back to sanity, and that is sometimes what you need. You need that reset. It flushes out the weak hands, as we say in crypto. But in terms of stock market, it flushes out that excess cream on top, the froth. Make sure you've got the healthy underlying, the lean bit left, ready for your journey back up to the upside. And that's what we're going through now. So for anybody who's really wanting long-term investments in stocks or in crypto like we are right now, you should be looking at this as a positive. This is flushing out the excess baggage to make sure we're lean for the next journey to the upside. And if we're invested for many, many years, you're now entering in positions in great projects at huge value, hugely undervalued positions. And for that, we need to take that opportunity. But the reality is, are you going to take the opportunity? This is what's going to sum it up, right? Because there's, again, you're going to get your tourists, and then you're going to get your people who are really the hardcore investors who are taking the time to study. And you want to follow in that category. If you're watching this content right now, you're one of the few. Because the reality is the majority of people will log off. And they'll come back up they'll log back in when crypto is coming back up to all-time highs. And guess what? You'll enter in at the price you deserve. So if you're in crypto right now, if you're seeing Bitcoin at 29,000, and like I've shared the charts in my video earlier on, so go watch that. with a potential that we could be heading down to 25, we could head to 26 again. And even if we don't, what's wrong with 30k? Is it really going to matter long term if your vision of Bitcoin is to get to 100k plus? You're entering in so many solid blue chip altcoins as well at such great prices right now. Isn't that what we need to focus on? Isn't that the bit we're distracting ourselves to say, oh, all of this FUD, all of this uncertainty is really panicking me out. I'm not sure what's going on. It's all red. If you're not going to buy now, my question to you is, when would you buy? Give me the hypothetical of when you would buy. Can you imagine more fear than now? I mean, is there some sort of apocalypse case that you're thinking of that might happen? We're pretty fudded out right now. You've got a Russia-Ukraine war. You've coming off a global crisis which led to unprecedented printing. Now we're getting the payback for that, right? Because we were on this Red Bull and now the Red Bull's coming off. So we're really going to come off into that hangover. You're getting tech valuations hugely suppressed. You're getting monetary policy increasing, interest rates rising. You're getting Bitcoin falling from 69 down to lows of 25, 26. May fall again to 25, 26. Altcoins decimated, 85% down. My question is, when will you buy? Because you've now got altcoins which don't have to price discover. They don't have to go to any new price points for you to get amazing returns. They just need to retrace back to their Fibonacci level, which we've looked at here on many videos. They just need to retrace the sensible levels for you to get a great return on investment. Something like Cardano just has to retrace a little bit for you to triple up, quadruple up on your money, right? Same with Phantom, same with many other great projects, Solana, even Ethereum, Bitcoin. Just, if it goes back to 50, a lot of people made a lot of money. But no, people are looking for 1000Xs. They're looking for the meme coins. They're focused on this and that. And you know what? That's human nature. People will get distracted with that. But it's our job to stay away from that. Ignore that stuff. That's all fluff. That's always going to exist. Do you notice how many different people wanted to invest in Luna after the crisis happened? Just because it's a meme. Like when you go around and talk to the average people, they go, oh, should I put 50 quid in Luna? Somebody's told me it's going to go to the moon. Like, honestly, I just don't get it. You don't want to be that person. You want to invest for the long run because you think these projects are going to have real value and have huge impact going into the future. So really just take the time to zoom out, look at your portfolio and say, hang on, am I investing in any projects which I genuinely don't think are going to be here in 3, 4, 5 years time? If you are, trust me, you're not going to have the conviction to buy the dip if Bitcoin falls to 20. That's your litmus test. If Bitcoin falls to 20, imagine what your altcoin's going to do. Imagine, let's say Phantom. Will it go to 15? Will it go to 20 cents if Bitcoin went to 20k? Right? What am I going to do? Am I going to panic sell? Because the answer is, if you're going to panic sell, and you can use this scenario for any of your altcoins, panic sell now. Why? What are you waiting for? Why are you walking on this tightrope? Like, you shouldn't be just in projects which you're only going to be happy if it goes up, right? You shouldn't need the market to give you conviction in the projects you're investing in. Whether it's red, green, amber, it shouldn't matter, right? You're investing because you believe in the project. You look at the on-chain metrics, you believe in the dApps being built on that project, and you allocate a smart portion of your portfolio to that. That's what we need to do here. So don't let this FUD get in the way. Don't let it be a distraction. Remember, this is a critical moment. You're either going to act or you're not. The last time we were at these price points was summer last year, and you saw Bitcoin run up to 69,000. I feel this next run up, whenever it will happen, we might retrace a little bit more, but the next run up, when it does eventually happen, is going to be bigger and more powerful than the run up we had to 69,000. That's my view. And my job right now is to position my portfolio, whether we're in a winter for a month, whether we're in a winter for hours and we flip back up today, or whether it's 12 months, 13 months, it doesn't matter. And I don't know, no crypto influencer can tell you how long we're going to be in a winter for. But what we can tell you is what I'm going to do in the winter, how I'm going to prepare, how I'm going to increase my knowledge in crypto, increase my knowledge in the difficult protocols, make sure I continue to build out my portfolio. Because the reality is, the ones who become disenchanted and fall out of love with crypto are the ones that are going to come back at all-time highs and regret and say, oh, 2022, I could have bought Bitcoin at 29, right? 2022, I could have bought Ethereum at this, I could have bought Solana at this, but you didn't. Right? Because you got FOMO'd out with the rest of them. You didn't have the conviction. You didn't take the time to educate yourself to build that conviction. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to check out the course member live streams if you like my perspective. ijaz.uk/member. If you appreciate these types of videos, these updates, regardless of where I'm in the world, just here traveling on business, here in the north of England, getting a bit chillier here in the evening. Gonna go have a bite to eat and then crack on with some emails. Enjoy your day wherever you guys are, afternoon, morning, evening. I know you guys are all around the world. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.